This is Loot Locked, a paladin who gets weaker every time he gets stronger. In hardcore classic WoW, the challenge is simple. Every time I level up this character, I have to delete my gear and start over from scratch. Comments have been very conflicting about how we handle crafted gear in this challenge. So for this episode, every level I ding, I get 2 spins of the wheel to determine what I can craft. In this video, we have one simple goal, and that is to venture into the Deadmines in hardcore and take out Edwin VanCleef. Will we be able to do it, or does it all end here? And if you want to see me live stream this challenge, they are beginning soon, so make sure to subscribe to the channel with all notifications so you don't miss my first stream of the Loot Locked challenge. Just like that, Loot Locked is back. One of the first things that I did was kill a lower level gore test to grind out some mobs, but I got a green buckler. So I'm looking for a two-handed weapon, but this will definitely help me out for now. If we hit the Deadmines at this level, this will definitely be a huge advantage. So what we're gonna do now is spin the wheel and see which 2 items we can craft. So we'll be able to craft some legs. Oh my goodness, we got an axe. I have never even picked up the axe skill, but I desperately need a weapon, so we have to make this work somehow. And then it occurred to me what exactly I should do. What if we took a trip to the great city of Stormwind, and first we paid a visit to our buddy Barros Alexton because I had a quest to turn in, and then picked up all the Deadmines quests that we needed, improved our blacksmithing skills, and took a trip into the Deep Run tram because we haven't hit the great city of Ironforge yet. The train set off and I was on my way, and now we made it to the dwarven capital of Ironforge. I definitely wanted to come here just because I wanted to pick up my flight path. Since I was in the big city and hit level 18, I figured it was a good time to hit my class trainer. We got a new rank of Bubble, which is definitely super important, a new rank of Seal of Righteousness, and now my character's broke. But the real reason why I'm here is to do something that I've been meaning to do for a while, and that was to learn two-handed axes and one-handed axes. Being that weapons are the hardest to come by, it definitely made sense to get this out of the way. While I'm here also, why don't I pick up a couple of easy quests, like finding Bingles? And as a matter of fact, what if we set off through the snowy dwarven lands of Dunmoreau, kill a couple of trogs along the way, and get a lumberjack axe? I didn't even need to craft yet, and I already have an axe. But what I don't have is the weapon skill, so I'm gonna have to grind that out for a second. We killed another Rockjaw ambusher and got a green burnt leather vest, and even a patchwork belt. I guess I'll take it. Killed another trog and got warrior's bracers. All right, after my little detour, we did what we were actually supposed to do and leave the snowy wasteland to reach the beautiful green Loch Modan. The reason why I wanted to come here, get the flight path, and honestly, pick up a bunch of easy quests just to make sure we are fully prepared for the Deadmines. One of the quests that I had required me to speak to Mountaineer Stormpike. We had Stormpike's delivery, we had Stormpike's task, and Filthy Paws, which is going to give us green gear, so this is very useful. And we had another one to go back to Stormwind just for good measure. This quest is bringing us into a cave, so hopefully we can be safe. We did end up getting a crude battle axe, which is a two-hander, so maybe I'll end up using this. Don't have the proficiency though, so we'll have to wait and see, but I will finish this quest first. Found ourselves a nice chest in the cave. Let's see if we pull something good. And we got an enchant recipe, we got a two-handed sword, a green item that I can't use, so I'll vendor that. Now we're feeling pretty good, so let's finish this quest. Killed a tunnel rat surveyor and got a green belt that's cloth, but it has some stamina, so I'll definitely take that as well. I then ran into the chief engineer, Hinderwire the 7th, and he has a quest called a dark threat loom, so let's check this out. And what did we find here? It looks like a bomb. Went back for the turn-in and got a little bit of free experience. We'll take that. I forgot that I need to craft legs, so I went to the tailoring supplier, and then I crafted some runed copper pants. This is green, and it has 2 strength and 2 stamina. The only thing that sucks is that these don't look cool at all. I also picked up another quest, which is Iron Band's excavation, which looks pretty easy. So we came to the excavation site, and then I did the turn-in. And if we complete this quest, we get a two-handed sword. We're definitely gonna want this. And while we were at it, we had another turn-in to do, so why not? So I had to kill some of these trogs and was definitely scared about it. After killing our last one, we dinged level 19, which means we were back to 0 gear, but we were lucky enough to loot the last carved stone idol on our last kill, so all we have to do is turn in, and now we have a two-handed green weapon. Not a bad way to start off level 19. Since it's a new level, we might as well turn in this easy quest, which was finding Bingles. Turn in his quest, and he has some missing supplies for us to find, which will give us some gear. But I will not be completing this quest because it's very difficult. So we went back to the village to make sure to turn in the excavation progress report quest. We made it back to Mountaineer Stormpike to finally turn in this quest, and I decided to get the green Ironheart chain, so I now have a chest piece that's green, and it gives me stamina, so not so bad. Now, after my little pit stop, it was finally time to head back to Westfall. Also, it was time to roll my crafting gear. What do we got? We got gloves. There's boots. All right, gloves and boots. I smelted my copper. I crafted some runed copper gauntlets, which are not good. I mean, these are for level 7s, and I'm level 19. And I crafted the copper chain boots. Again, this isn't really going to be much for me, but I guess better than nothing. Now that we're back in Westfall, it's time for the big showdown. I was finally making my way way to the place that my character may not make it out of. It was time to make our way through the big dungeon. I'm a little scared though, I'm not gonna lie. If you're a World of Warcraft player, you know the final stretch before you get into the Deadmines is very scary, and it's 10 times scarier when you're on hardcore. I'm playing healer, so hopefully I won't have to do too much today or worry about dying, but everyone's fate is in my hands. And this run got off to a horrible start. I was really nervous. I was very shaky. I don't have any gear, and I got so nervous that I almost let my tank die on one of the first pulls. What happened was I accidentally targeted one of the Defias miners, and I didn't even realize that I wasn't healing my tank. It even led the druid to asking me, "Loot locked, are you healing, buddy?" Like, this is so embarrassing. But I drank my water. I got ready for the next pull. Still very nervous, but we'll see what happens. We settled in, and then we cleared a little bit further into the dungeon, and now we're going up against our first boss, Raxor. Threw down a little stun because why not, you know, get my tank some heals. All right, we're doing good. We're doing good over here. I'm a little scared. I mean, I'm running out of mana a little bit here. Come on, guys. Ooh, we got a shield. Yo, I might need that. So I had to make a business decision here. The boss is about 25% health. I'm out of mana, so I guess the best way I could contribute right now is by throwing down some DPS. And a green belt. This is where we're going to get all the gear. That's what I like to see. First boss is down, though. Not going to lie. With no stats or nothing, this is definitely a tough challenge here. Biggest thing is definitely not forgetting these pats over here. I made the call to my group. There I go. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling pretty good about myself. Throw down a little stun for bro, and the pats are out. Ooh. We worked our way over to the goblins, and this is where a little bit of strategy plays in. I made an expert call out over here. All right, guys, let's range pull those goblins. That's the key to the Deadmines. Just one of these guys at a time. Keep it nice and smooth, and if he runs away, he's not going nowhere. Ooh, we got some trousers. I actually need these guys. I do need these, especially because I'm the one healing. These give me intellect. Dungeons essentially will unlock the loot lock challenge. And we got some bracers. Thank goodness. If someone attacks me, I'll be much better off. Ooh, some new gloves. I'm gonna need those too. I actually do need those. We got the boss. We have our first boss, and let's be ready to go. Feeling pretty good about myself. Oh, okay. He's getting hit. He's getting hit. So it was starting to settle in. I'm running out of mana pretty fast. I feel like these pulls are pretty intense. I don't know if it's that I'm nervous or if my character is not equipped enough to be able to take on the Deadmines. As we get over to VanCleef, this dungeon will be much less forgiving, especially the next room. Take a look at my tank's health at the end of this fight. I'm out of mana, by the way. This is not inspiring a lot of confidence for me, especially as we get to the next room, which is extremely tough. Now, this room was one that was super scary. With the goblins in this room, you could easily get out of hand quick. Doesn't help that they hit hard also. We got a lot of these guys still here, so we gotta be super run back. Come on. In this room, you have to be extremely particular and extremely careful. So we pulled one of the ranged mobs, and he stands there, which got another goblin within his aggro range. So we ended up pulling two of them. The only problem here is that they summon mechanical enemies, so now we're fighting against 3 elites, and then it goes to 4, and then it goes to 5. And then don't forget about the pat. This is sloppy tanking and sloppy pulling 101. But will we survive, or do we wipe right here? It gets pretty close. Good luck to you guys is what I will say. This is scary. Yeah, I'll pop a mana potion, because why not? And I got one on me. Guys, I got one on me. I'm gonna bubble. This is a tough one. This is a tough one. This is definitely a tough one. I'm out of mana. I gotta lay on hands, though. That was a crazy pull, guys. Hey, can we not do that ever again? Can we be really careful about that next time? That was insane. That was a huge pull for no reason. So our group was basically on the verge of extinction. I mean, we definitely were okay. Like, I had lay on hands, but that could have gotten out of hand really quickly. Somehow we were able to survive, but my nerves were absolutely through the roof, and we still had to press through this dungeon. The likelihood of us surviving the full encounter just got a little bit lower with unaware pulls like that. But we pulled the boss, and we were able to kill him with no problem. This one was a lot smoother. I got the last red silk bandana. At least I got a quest. You know, if I make it out of here alive, at least I'll have a quest to turn in. So this was the moment of truth. We were going into the pirate room. This is a room where you really can't afford to be too sloppy in. It will claim a lot of lives in hardcore. We got a date with Mr. Smite. It's very important that we take out the ads, because if we don't, we will be getting hit while we're stunned. So we started the boss battle. Let's get everything out of our heals, you know? Okay, so we're in the stun phase, and the landlubbers are tougher than he thought. Let's toss a little heal to our tank, and let's Yo, Smite's really not a problem. And now we're making him angry. And Mr. Smite is Mr. Dead. He's no more. Now it's time to take out Cookie. I'll make sure to take out Cookie with you guys. I told my group to pull around so we avoided a situation like this, but from the top, I got attacked by one of the casters, and now I am starting to panic. Based off of where we are on the map, I didn't realize that the wheel was right there. Thank goodness that it was, but we had to make a break for it because we were about to die and wipe. I told my group to pull and get over to the wheel, and the druid even said to run. Oh my god, I just pulled the whole group somehow. Get on the wheel. Get on the wheel. On the wheel. On the wheel. Guys, wheel. You got to go on the wheel. Rogue started running away and he didn't get onto the wheel. So I was a little bit nervous about him. I was not sure exactly what he was doing. I don't know how I just did that, but whatever. We're good. So first major hiccup of the dungeon. We may have to go around or do something else. Now that we're trapped up here, we're going to need to figure out the play for exactly how we get out of here because we want to come out of here victorious. So what I think a good plan is right now is to maybe jump over, spam kill one, and then jump back. Oh, he's going. All right, we got big pulls here. Oh no. Oh, you just pulled, dude. Bruh. Okay, well, hopefully I don't pull any aggro. Luckily for me, these guys can try it out. And if they die because I'll be okay. I'll be safe over here. I'm already in position. But it looks like kind of worked out. Oh, that was big. That was crazy. All right. We definitely got ourselves out of a jam there. Looks like I should be able to heal them from back here. Listen, I'm not playing games. I don't want to lose LOS, but also I'm not trying to pull this guy up here, the Defias Pirate, level 20. You guys see that person? All right, here we go. Green skin has been pulled. This is definitely one of the tougher pulls in the dungeon. Also, it doesn't help that I just went out of mana. Luckily, we have a druid in the group who was recruited as off heals just in case things got a little hairy, but there really was no issues. And just like that, green skin was down. Got the blue staff, but there's no one needs it. This is now the moment of truth, the thing that I've been working for this entire series. If I had one goal, it was to clear the Deadmines and take on VanCleef. So now is our time. I don't know if I'm equipped enough to do this. To be honest, I've been struggling the entire dungeon, but here goes nothing. And here we go, guys. The big moment is here. We are taking out the boss, and I'm terrified. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm very scared. I'm very scared. I don't think I'm gonna be able to do this. We gotta take out those guards. Stat. I think as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pop my mana potion right now. All right, I popped a stun on VC right before he hit half. So that is how you stop the ads from spawning, I believe. I believe I did that. I believe I did it. And I think we did it, guys. Loot Locked has prevailed. And we have defeated the Deadmines. And not only that, I hit level 19 at the last second. Loot Locked is the champion of the Deadmines. The first thing I'll do is definitely take VanCleef's head, and we will take the unsent letter. It's actually perfect that I hit level 19 right as the dungeon finished, so I didn't put my teammates at risk. Yeah, I'm gonna Hearthstone out of here. I'm not playing games right now. And just like that, I'm the hero of the Deadmines. But you know the drill. I'm level 20, so all my gear has to go. After several near-death experiences and hitting the level 20 milestone, I figured it'd be a good time to hit the inn and reflect. But there's still work to be done. So I set off into the city of Stormwind to run a couple of chores. We also had to go ahead and turn in the unsent letter. We went back to Barrows Alexton to turn in the quest, and we got 7 silver and 875 experience. This was also a great time to hit our class trainer. We got the Flash of Light spell, definitely a big one. The new rank of Devo Aura, Blessing of Freedom, definitely big. I want to pick up Exorcism, but I have no money. With some of those chores out of the way, we talked to the Flight Master, and we had just a little bit of unfinished business in Westfall. Now that we have a new level, we got to spin the wheel. So let's spin the wheel and let's see what we get. And our first crafted item is a belt. All right. Item number 2. What do we have? We are going to get bracers. Okay. One of the reasons why I'm excited about returning to Westfall is that this quest giver right here is going to give me a 2-handed axe, which is extremely important for me. Plus 1250 experience ain't so bad. The major problem that this character's facing right now is that I've barely leveled up 2-handed axes. So you guys are going to have to bear with me as I level up my weapon proficiency. And there it goes. It's going up ever so slightly, but I'm also getting killed by a level 10 enemy. And you know what? Killing low level mobs was the perfect way to start getting some gear too. I got some worn mail gloves. Right Right on cue, we got a burnt leather vest. This is like the third or fourth time I pulled this item. It's not that good, but it's definitely nice to see a green item. There's one last thing to do. I had unfinished business with the path stalkers and whatever the other ones are called. These ones definitely pack a punch though, so we're gonna have to be careful, but we should be able to do this quest. Just like that, the last highwayman was taken out. These guys, I thought they put up a better fight, but I guess not. While I was mob grinding, I just got my first set of shoulders. Too bad that they're leather. This was certainly a surreal experience. The more that I fight, the more that I survive, the more opportunities I get to gain power and start looking cool, even though I'm deleting my gear every level. We killed a Riverpaw Mystic and got green leather gloves with stamina and intellect. The problem is these aren't going to be useful for very long. We even got some green cloth boots that give me stamina and intellect, so this is definitely pretty big. But the reason why I was finishing out the rest of this level mob grinding is because we don't want to go into a new level with no gear. People's Militia is going to give me a two-handed sword, and Defias Brotherhood is going to give me blue legs with 11 strength and 5 stamina. So I went back to Gyron Stoutmantle. I turned in Defias Brotherhoods to get the blue legs and also dinged at the same time, which means I'm allowed to keep the legs. So going to a fresh level, I'm going to have a two-handed sword and blue legs. So instead of going to level 21 with nothing, like I am right now, I'm already starting off with pretty good gear. No matter which level you're going into, it's always important to map out your weapon because that is going to be the key to actually surviving. Loot Locked is officially the champion of Westfall, which means there's only one thing left to do. That is hop on a griffin and fly into one of my favorite questing zones of all time, Red Ridge Mountains. What lies beyond the quiet fishing town of Lakeshire is certainly going to be frightening. So after all my adventures, I made sure to head over to the inn, made sure to go find a table, grab a seat, reflect on past adventures, and I'll see you guys in episode 4.